Motion recording experiment 3 case Rose lab. This experiment is about creating a sequence diagram. So sequence diagram is for two applications. One is building counter management system and the other one is employee training management system. Uh, we are given two scenarios. The first scenario is when the customer comes to the um, cashier with all the items, and the cashier scans the items and provides the bill to the customer. The customer pays it using after choosing a payment mode. So let's see the sequence diagram for that. First the customer brings the item, and then the cashier scans the item using a barcode scanner. Then he computes the bill. Later he displays the bill. The display bill function here is to um, after computing the bill is registered on the cash register, so that the customer can see it. Now, after that, the cashier requests for payment to the customer. That is done by the request payment function. Now, the customer chooses the mode of payment, so that is indicated by the payment mode function. So there are two options. One is pay by cash, and the other one is pay by credit. So if it's pay by cash, uh, once the cash is handed on to the cashier by the customer, he deposits and it's updated on the cash register, and the change is retrieved and given back retrieved by the cashier, and it is returned back to the customer which is indicated by the return change function. If it's pay by credit option, then the card is processed, and to process the card they use the card processor object. So the card processor object processes the card, and the process status is returned back to the cashier. That is like if the the transaction was a success or not, or if there is any queries and stuff like that. So after that, the after when the process is done, the receipt is given back to the customer by the cashier. So that is the first scenario. Now the second scenario is an organization's employee training management system. So here, first the trainee request for a the scenarios like the trainee request for training for some specific course. So the training manager goes for approval to the management, and if the management approves, he proceeds with the training after selecting a course. Now the selected course is informed to the trainer and the employee, and the employee selects if he should go forward with that specific course, and informs the employee training manager on that. So this is the use case for it. So first, my objects are uh, employee training manager, management, and course catalog. Uh, Course catalog is a list of courses. So let's see each function. The first function is request training. Here the employee requests the training for some request for training to the training manager, who then goes for approval to the management, which is indicated by the send for approval function. Now, once the management reviews the request, they send the approval status back to the training manager, and who then contacts the employee and gives the feedback. So if it's all okay, then the employee proceeds further and he selects a preferred course. So that is indicated by the preferred course function. And once the uh, once the training manager receives the preferred course, he checks the course catalog, to see if there is any similar course, and once he chooses the course from the catalog, and then informs the trainee. Now the trainee can acknowledge first that he received the request, like receives acceptance and the course. Now he reviews the course and decides whether he should proceed further with or not. Based on that, he submits his assessment, that is denoted by the submit assessment function. So this is the list of all the functions and the tasks they do, and that is all. Thank you.